Hello guys, and welcome back to my Minecraft series. Minecraft 1.19 Survival, I guess? I don't know, working title, brain, not come up with yet. I don't have a working title for this yet. So, I guess I'm just going to call it Java Survival Season 1, because I don't want to tie this world to an update, because I want to play on it for a while. So, yeah, fun stuff. A lot of bamboo. We want as much of this as we can reasonably have. But yeah, aside from the scuffed intro, excuse me, there's a few things we need to set up infrastructure-wise for the future going forward. The chest does not have any more room in it. That's unfortunate. It's also unfortunate that that doesn't happen to link up. But oh well. Problem for another day, most assuredly. I do wish the seed had a bit more flat ground than it does, because it makes it a pain to do a farm. And ideally, for the amount of farmland I want, I could just fill this in and cut down these swamp trees. Which I still don't like doing, because they never... If you cut down a swamp tree, it's gone forever, effectively. You can never get it back. I kind of miss the... I guess what most people would call the boring terrain that was pre-1.18 terrain. Because it wasn't as spontaneous, but at the same time, the spontaneous terrain also has a another effect, which alpha vibes. Well, not really alpha, more likely beta. Because beta was more... Beta's terrain was more closer to release's terrain than alpha was. And if you disagree with that statement, go back, load up alpha 1.2, no, alpha 1.1, late 1.1. Load up, and even stages in alpha differ drastically. Then load up alpha 1.2.6, which was the update that added the nether, by the way, and then compare that to beta 1.8, which was effectively the terrain we had for the next, well, I guess year, because 1.7 or the 1.7 release 1.7 changed a lot in its own right. So, I guess this is meaning to say that terrain gen's never really been in a spot where it's been permanent for an extremely long fixed period of time, except after 1.7, because we had that for that specific terrain engine iteration for a lot of years. A very long time, in fact. I wonder if I can use this dirt up on top to maybe flatten out an area in front of the house. Wish I had a saddle because I could just move the horses. But trying to find a good, big, flat area in this is nigh impossible. I really wished I hadn't chose the option 1 seed for exploring 1.19. Initially, that wasn't meant to be a cannon fodder series like it's being used as now. So the seed would have been nice to have had to actually utilize. Well, that's a nice hard line, which is a good start point for any project. So, and I gotta record these first few episodes before I can start doing a lot of the off-camera work I want to. Which puts a person in a tricky spot. This is a nice planter. It's a shame it has to go. Man, stone tools are so slow. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad when you're used to efficiency tools. Efficiency, unbreaking, mending, diamond tools. Specifically efficiency 5. Makes everything else in comparison just completely suck. Which... you are going to be a problem. Please don't yeet me right away. Sorry, Gollum. But it had to be this way. I will put your rose there. Yeah, that had to be done. I can't have him getting over here and walking on my crops. These is how I make my emeralds and get good tools and armor. So I can't have him destroying what's basically going to be a lifeline later on. That's quite literally bad for business. I'm just going to make iron shovels. Excuse me, I can go caving off camera. And the funny thing is, if I go off camera, I'm not going to die. Because I learned it's smarter to run away than fight. Which admittedly I knew all along, I just didn't practice that. So this is going to end up at what? 3 pinwheel slots or plots, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go over 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nope. 9. Yeah, 3. I want 4, that way I can... Come on. Just a little bit lower, and a little bit lower. There. Used to be able to time that perfectly at one point. It's been a few years. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's get rid of these flowers. Maybe we'll use these later. Decorating villagers' houses. That could be an idea. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you always want to go 5 so you can place a wall around it. That way you can guarantee nothing. By the way, I don't recommend doing this because unless you're like me and it's kind of function over form in the beginning stages, because this is not going to be aesthetically pleasing whatsoever. It's going to look industrial, and that's because it is industrial, essentially. If you want to decommission it later on down the line, which is what I'd recommend doing, once you have a better solution set up, you can do that. But in my opinion, this really is not going to turn much of a profit until you get a fortune tool. Any tool, really. I actually prefer to enchant a diamond hoe with fortune, unbreaking, and mending. A lot of people say that's a waste. It is, but it's also a flex. But at the same time, I'm going to put stone stairs and a stone wall with a torch on it. And later that's going to be a lantern. With efficiency 5, it's going to instantly break that cobblestone wall, stair, and lantern. So, I prefer a diamond hoe with fortune on it because I can basically spam click and basically hold it down and do this. And it's not going to break my lighting, and I think it keeps my crops from going in the water source. So that's why I'm particular on certain things. We don't have that much cobblestone, which is fine. Just turn all that into walls. That's 48. That's a good amount of walls to start off with. Tips when placing wall: make sure that there's 2 blocks between your wall and a step up like that. It keeps monsters from getting in. In most cases, spiders are just going to ignore this wall in the first place, so it's not really going to matter that much to them. But everything else will be kept out. Yeah, that didn't go far at all. I knew it wouldn't. I guess I better craft a bucket before I craft anything else. Should have done that sooner rather than later. But I plan to do a majority of my mining off camera, just because I don't feel like that's going to be quite as entertaining. Now, it's different if you're doing a multiplayer series and there's 2 of you to commentate on it. Some funny situations or funny conversations can come up during boring work such as mining. But with it just being me, that's not very likely to happen. In case I just... well, it can. It's not impossible, but it's not likely to happen unless I find a glitch or something that I find funny, in which case, yeah, it'll happen. Oh, my allergies are kicking me. pollen count today was high. And I'm feeling it. If this isn't enough cobblestone, it can wait. Should be episode... I should have infrastructure set up by episode 4. At least enough to start buying diamond tools, which will make this process go by so much faster. Even efficiency 2 or 3. Basically, a lot of the time or money making is going to be spent mostly AFK work, so it's going to be off camera for sure. Because it doesn't make much sense to record a person AFKing unless you're doing 100 days, which this is not. I will mark the 100-day mark though, but it's not explicitly a 100-day series. If it was, I would have said that. And I hate that, by the way. Accidentally stripping wood, it's the worst. The absolute worst. Okay. Water. And waterlog all these. By the way, this is just a good practice to keep blocks from excuse me, your crops from falling in it, but it serves another purpose, because if you do this in an ice biome, then the water can't freeze. Or snowy biome? Yeah, snowy biome, not an ice biome. But you get my point. If you do it in a snowy biome, then the water can't freeze and you can have a farm. So that's definitely food for thought. And that's actually something I didn't know myself until rather recently. Actually, how far over is this house? Is this house far enough where I can actually... 1, 2, 3... Actually needs to go down 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So if I take this hill down, to right there, if I do this, then I can have basically double the farm size. And the bigger the farm without fortune, the better it is. But fortune's really the savior of this when you get it. I probably repeated that 7 or 8 times. But anyway, I'm going to pause this, get this finished up, and see you guys when that's done. Alright, so for the most part, the main part of it's done. I just need to finish the wall up, get this tilled, and then... that should be that. I don't think I have to worry about lighting this up too terribly much because it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4. Never mind, never mind. I do have to light this side up. Because this side is not gonna be farmland. That side will be. I think I'm still gonna light it up because I'm gonna connect the wall to this house. And then bring it on down. You know what? Boom. Boom. Worth. So yeah, I'll figure out how to do that in a minute. But I want to get this wall connected up to that house. That. Actually, I could have turned it like that. That wouldn't have been such a bad idea, actually. But like that. This is mainly so I can AFK safely while I'm waiting for crops to go. And I'm probably going to go 2 or 3 harvest cycles. Now bring you guys back in. That should maybe not take too terribly long. I'm not going to do it this episode. I don't feel like that needs to be said, but I'm going to say it just in case. That should be enough wool for what I need anyway. Yeah, I like my walls to be straight and even. Doesn't look the best, but it'll keep you safe. And that's what I'm going for. It's like, I can respawn, but I don't want to take that chance here. Because it happened to me on Survival Island when I did that with Warlord on Bedrock. I went AFK and came back not even 5 minutes later, and a zombie had busted my door down and killed me. So, I'm not gonna give that the chance to happen. And with that, I don't have any sticks. Trapdoor, or not trapdoor, fence gate. I need more sticks. I don't recommend using iron hose this early on, because that would be literally all my iron and would not be enough to get this. Would be not enough to get this done in any capacity. Yeah. I'm gonna pause this and I'll be back. Bring you guys back in for the planting. Alright, so for the most part it's all tilled. And it's way overkill for the amount of potatoes we have, but in the future, expanding this would be a huge benefit. Because it's always good to have multiple things you can trade with villagers. Like having farmers and then Fletchers, for example. So you basically can make a ton of emeralds at once. Especially if you do the whole curing thing. And I said it like that because I'm not so big on it myself, because as I've stated before, it's not really worth it when they start to wear off. Then you start losing out on a lot of the reasons you did it in the first place. That's a lot of bamboo. That will be turned into sticks and sold to Fletchers. Actually, a fletching table's what? 2 flint? I think. I don't have flint on me or in my chest. I need to go on a tree chopping spree soon. Very soon, but not right now. Ooh. Damage. That was dirt. Dirt and gravel have very similar sounds when you step on them. Not in real life, just in Minecraft. Huh. That must have hurt. Yeah, that did hurt. Whee! Two flint, please. There's one. And there's the other. This is going to be a nice cave to explore later on. Hopefully it goes into a mine shaft at some point. That would be nice. That'd save me a ton of time when it comes to crafting rails to transport the villagers. Which that's getting to be that deadline. Because I have a certain time I want to do that. Or a certain milestone for that. And it's coming on very fast. So. Okay. Fletching tables. You know what? It's not a bad idea to get that set up early. Actually, if I was smarter when I did the hardcore run in this world, I probably could have had emeralds, not emeralds. Well, yeah, emeralds too. But I probably could have had armor on episode 1 without having to go into that cave where I met my untimely demise. That's just something to think about. For me to think about, I guess. Slabs. Now, for those of you who have not seen my other series that I've been doing with Warlord, I am about to show a sneaky trick. This one's not so sneaky. And actually, it's probably not even a trick, it's probably well known. But if you do that, and everyone knows about the crouching / crawling mechanics, but you can sneak over it. I put the fence gate there so that nothing could, nice. Get that locked in. So that a zombie can't break this door. I would have liked to have iron doors, but... Excuse me. Not a thing I can do at the moment. So I'm actually just gonna take and get rid of these. And get rid of that. You are a weaponsmith. Toolsmith. Pardon. Ironically, those would have been very useful a few minutes ago. But as of right now, that is not very useful to me. As it were. This farm's really gonna... get better when it's automated, which is gonna take a bit because that requires going to the nether. And that's gonna be its own separate thing. So let's go over here and see if we can't level this guy up. So close. I ain't letting those despawn because those could actually be useful for something. But, I'm not that concerned about it. Is there any surface coal nearby? So that would actually be kind of nice to have at the moment. I don't think I got all the coal down here. I only need one more and then we can level that guy up and have 2 emeralds. Did I get all the coal down here? I think I did. Yeah, I did. I took all the time to I took the time to actually mine it. Aha! I didn't get this sneaky bit. So we got coal. Enough to buy 1 emerald. Which just may be a mistake, but I have all the time to regret it later. Ooh. Alright, I think the sun is going down. Actually, it's not an... I think it's... I know, yeah. Dandelion. Let's see, how much do we get from this? Not much. That's not much. That's not really worth it at this point in time. Yeah, I reckon Probably 2 episodes from now would probably be a good time to get a villager breeder set up. Actually, yeah, 2 emeralds for a bow. That ain't bad. I'd have preferred an arrow trade, though. But that's alright. So, we've achieved our goal, or a goal, big goal. And then as a bonus, we got some emeralds to start on our way of making bank. And I do mean bank, a lot of it. But with that being said, I'm going to end this one here, so I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.